You are tuning into another episode of the TJJ Show, and as long as you're in my presence, you will be guided and protected at all times. Now, I'm going to talk about why you should remove toxic and negative ass people that are in your life. And I'm going to give you guys tiny little hints and signs about these toxic and negative people that are very manipulative people, and how to tell, because sometimes, as good as they are at manipulation, they can be good at hiding this stuff to get what they want out of you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know if you're being approached by a toxic or negative person, pay close attention to the very first seconds of a conversation in person when they approach you. Pay attention to the very first seconds, not 5 minutes after you're having a conversation, not a half hour. The very first seconds. Pay attention to this person's actions and intentions and body language right off the get-go. Because toxic and negative people, this is an energy thing, guys. Toxic and negative people, their energy is not within themselves, and they can't control their emotions. Their energy is all over the place. They don't know what to do. Their energy is everywhere, and they take things out on people, especially happy people and good people. If somebody approaches you and their energy is not within themselves, and they don't approach you calmly, maybe you haven't seen this person in years, and they come up to you right away and they don't even ask you, and they're not even excited to see you, and they don't even ask, like, how are you? Like, how are you doing? Like, calmly, genuinely, like, asking how you're doing. They're not even doing this. They skip this part. And they start asking you ridiculous questions, maybe about materialistic things or something like that. This is a huge, huge, huge red flag. This is guaranteed a toxic or negative person. Same thing, toxic and negative. This is a for sure sign that they are toxic. For sure. It's not even a question. If this person's energy is not within themselves and it's all over the place, that's the biggest red flag right there. Because they are not happy within themselves. They can't control themselves. Their energy is elsewhere, all over the place, because they can't channel it. Because they're pissed off at the world, and they're pissed off at everything else and everybody else, especially happy people. So, pay attention to the very first subtle signs. If you want to know if this person is toxic. Because people who aren't toxic, the very start of a conversation is going to feel peaceful as hell. It's going to be nothing but peace. These are both going to be happy for each other. You're both talking in a calmer state of tone. You know what I'm saying? Negative people's energy is everywhere. They can't control themselves. They overreact to everything. They're very sensitive. I'm a sensitive person myself as well, but there's different types of sensitive. They're very, like, angrily sensitive. Very angry and sensitive like that. Do you know what I mean? And I've even felt like this in my life before, because bad things, horrible things have happened to me that caused me to be very angry inside, like very angry, But you just have to learn how to channel these emotions. And just know that this is not going to do you no good. I'm sure everyone's felt this way before. I'm sure everybody, at some point, no one's perfect. I'm sure everybody was a toxic person for at least a day. Someone had to upset somebody to set them off that they became a toxic person. It's about knowing, and it's about being able to control yourself and not allow yourself to continue to be this toxic person. Because even the most toxic people out there, and maybe somebody that was very toxic towards you, can change. Anybody can change. It's about recognizing it and changing it for the better. Because some people don't see a problem with being this way. This is how they have to be. They can't change their damn ways. They won't do it. They're going to stay angry. They're going to stay bitter. They're going to stay pissed off at everything. And they're going to continue to be this way. And if you want to heal, and if you want to release all this negative energy, and then start to channeling your own energy within yourself to be a calm, relaxed, caring, loving person again, you have to master your own self. And you really have to channel in your own energy and realize that anything outside of yourself that has happened to you, maybe some negative things has happened to you, maybe some people did you very wrong, upset you terribly, just understand that this has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with everybody else if somebody does you wrong and upsets you and makes you a bad or bitter person. Because it even happened to me as well. Like I just mentioned, it does happen to almost everybody at some point. It's about recognizing it and realize, yes, okay, I may have just lost myself a little bit. Do what you can to heal. Take your time and channel in your own energy to yourself. And don't blame anybody for anything. Don't go around doing this, because toxic people only attract more toxic people into their lives. If you want to change and you want positive people around you, this is the energy that you have to be. Because positive people are not going to want you around if you're always angry and bitter, blaming, pissing everybody off. No one's going to want you around. So just take the time to heal and do what you can in the meantime. It's a tough thing to get through, it really is. Sometimes you need to take a lot of time for yourself to really sit your ass down and it just reset your life. That's what I did. I reset my entire life. Because sometimes we can even go through life with the momentum of everything happening to us, and we don't take that second to sit our asses down and say, well, okay, slow down for a second, buddy. Slow down. It's what you have to do, guys. You have to do that. It's the most important thing you can do. You know what they say, sometimes you have to take a couple steps backwards to take 10 more steps forwards, and this is the truth. Because sometimes in life, you're going to run into some things that's going to steer you off path. You're going to run into some things and situations that's going to make you very angry. And if you keep riding the wave of your life, keeping those emotions attached to you, it's going to ruin the rest of your life. If you don't come back to that set point and heal properly. Come back to what you were before all this stuff happened. You know what I mean? So guys, remember what I said near the start and the middle of this video about these toxic people, because as long as you have them around, they could be manipulating you guys. They could be manipulating you guys and then ruining your life because you keep them in your life. You have to stay clear of these people. Period. You have to let them do their thing. Because if they're going to heal, they're going to heal. Then you can come back and then you can have a conversation. A real good conversation. And even then, pay attention to how they are if they say that they're better. You know what I mean? So pay close attention, people, to the very first signs you get from a person. To recognize if they're toxic or not. Because you're going to be able to see it right off the bat. The very first opening seconds into a conversation is when you can see it the easiest. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, hit that thumbs up button. I'm going to cut this video off now, guys. Peace.